Good morning, friends of the internet. We are back again on our Blazing Meadows farm. Be wary today. I'm a little nasally and I don't quite know why. I don't know if it's something that when I was sleeping or something, but I'm a little congested today, so just overlook that. So, but I've got a lot to go over with you on this world here. So, if you recall the last episode, I was trying to get some stuff figured out where we were going to plant or where we were going to build some things, what we were going to do, all sorts of stuff, right? So I came in here and I started tinkering around the other day, and typical Minecraft, one thing turns into something else turns into something else. So I spent a lot of hours in here doing stuff. So these next couple episodes are going to just be me kind of showing you what we did, what our plan of attack is, things that I discovered that we needed to do, things of that nature. So first things first, let's go upstairs and I'll kind of give you a quick look at what we had going on. If you remember, I went on a little adventure and I got all this loot. If you remember, all these little chests of loot, right? And then I remembered having some of these canisters, and I wanted to figure out how to do the heart canisters, because as you can tell, our hearts down here are completely full, so we can't add any more. Excuse me, I had a carbonated drink. Can't add any more of these, so we need to do these, but we need to make these so that we can make those, and then we need yellow hearts. So I had a couple leftover hearts, so I went ahead and I made those, but I needed these bones. So I had this brilliant idea. Okay, so what I did, let's go out this way. So what I did is I had this brilliant idea that I would go to the nether and set up some kind of system to get us some bones, okay? And the system was this. Let's make a spawner. I came right in here. I just walled off a whole area right around our spawn, or around our portal. This little entrance out. I got a little window overlooking outside there, so you can kind of see what's going on. And I came in here and I said, okay, let's do a little thing in here. Let's get this spawning some pigmen and all sorts of stuff on that cursed earth, which was a great plan. It's not big enough to spawn any gas, but it's doing everything else. So as you can see, it's getting us some stuff. I put a little chunk loader in here, but it's not really it doesn't seem like it's producing as much as I would hope. I mean, it's producing, but not a lot. So what ended up happening is, as I was going through here, I said, well, let me see if I can get anything out of this. Yeah, so there's some mob essence in here, and you can see it doesn't make a lot of mob essence either. So I came in here and just to let this do its thing, was trying to get a skeleton, and I never could get one. So finally I just went on a little adventure and found a fortress back off to our left there that actually had, I just kind of, because there was nothing I needed there. We've got blaze spawns. We've got a blaze spawner, so we don't need any of those. We produced one of those. So there's nothing that we really needed at the fortress, but I needed those bones. So what I did is I did find a wither skeleton. So what I did was I had my safari net, and I chucked the safari net at him. And where is it? Whoop. I chucked the safari net at him and was able to get this skeleton right here. This is a wither skeleton. So what I did was then I needed to produce a bunch of them. So what I wanted to do was I wanted this to grind up a bunch of them. As you can see, we did, and we got a bunch of bones, we got a bunch of coal, and we got these bones. Now these skulls. And the reason that I got these skulls was because if you actually look at this, let's see, where is it? Someplace in here. Here, let's just do it this way. This is faster. So if we pull this up, we can get wither seeds, and we needed wither seeds to be able to get the wither seeds to make the wither essence. So then what we can do is, if you get the wither essence, then you can make the skulls. See? And I believe you can probably make the bones too somehow. But anyways, I thought that would be a kind of a good little benefit to have. So I went ahead and I got those. So then I started spawning them here. But then what I came to the realization was, remember, this Tesseract over here sends mob essence over to here, but it also sends it up to our tank up top. But it's not fast enough to really produce the amount of withers that I needed. So I needed to get this spawning faster. So as you can see, I built a little wireless thing, a little wireless deal here, and I got a soul cage in there. Now, the reason I had a soul cage in here was this. If you come up here and we go into like here and you grab yourselves a diamond, okay? I believe this is what we needed. And you come over here and to this little contraption, we can go like this and we can get ourselves a soul shard, okay? Now, the cool thing about the soul shard is this, is if you take a spawner, a vanilla spawner, and you right click with the soul shard in your hand and you right click on it, you'll get 200 souls. Now, if you remember, we had a ton of zombie spawners. So if we come in here, remember we had a bunch of zombie spawners. We only have one left. So what I was able to do was to take those 5 spawners. Actually, I only used, I think, 4 because it didn't come to that realization until after I started killing zombies. Because what I did is I took 2 of those zombie spawners and I built this little contraption over here. Okay? And I had the zombie spawner in here. I had them piled up in the center here. I had two of them sitting on top of each other. And I had this blocked off and I was sitting here just beating up zombies. And as I was beating up zombies, all their stuff was dropping and being sucked up by a vacuum hopper that I put down along with the essence or the XP. So I started doing that. And then my sword would run out so that I put a marker here so that I could get back up to the base over there to charge my sword and then come back to here and then continue killing them. Then I remembered that if I right clicked on them, I could get those souls. So I had a bunch of souls. And then I came and I right clicked on the ones that I had. And then I came down here and right clicked on these 2. And we had a full zombie tier 5, I think it is, which is now down here. Now, to speed up the mob essence, all we have to do is flip this on and you'll watch 6, 6, 6. I'm going to shut this off because it's going to get really loud. So it starts making mob essence like there's no tomorrow. So then I was able to get them skulls going at a rate that was acceptable, that I was able to get them. And as you can tell by our zombie spawner here, we have a lot of mob essence now. So we need to reset this up because we're over half of our tank full. So now we can set this up with another Tesseract on the bottom to feed that spawner down there. And it'll constantly be fed full by this one. And then we'll have the zombie spawner feeding this constantly. So we'll just cycle through and this will be our overflow. So great system. So we got that knocked out. So then I was able to get the bones so that I could make the wither seeds, which I haven't done yet. So in the process of doing that, I needed gas tiers. And since I was in the nether, I went ahead and I killed a couple ghasts. Because if you recall, we used to get gas tiers by sifting soul sand, but since we don't have witch water and we don't have ex nihilo mod anymore in here, we can't make our own gas tiers. So I needed another way to make gas tiers. So I was able to go and kill a couple gas. I killed 5 gas. Well, I killed like 3 gas. I got 5 tiers. And so I was able to get this, which was a gas seed. So now it is producing gas tiers for us. Or gas essence. So that's where we're at with that. Okay, so we went ahead and we got that going. Then I also come up with this crazy idea that I wanted to kind of show you guys this too. We went to, well, you can see it probably right now anyways. So as you can see, we got ourselves a assembly table and a laser because we needed some chips. Because I did go ahead and I built us a bunch of drives. And I built us a whole crafting terminal and computer. So we have this down here to do some crafting now. I don't know how much stuff I'm going to put in here, but I'm going to try to consolidate some of the stuff just to make it easy crafting because we're just getting overloaded on stuff. Like all this stuff up here, I'm probably not going to deal with because this is all, metallurgy and things like that. This is stuff we're not really dabbling in. Oh, I did see something that I wanted here, though. We're really not dabbling in any of this stuff, so this is just going to be a kind of our overflow. But some of this stuff, like we'll start adding some of our ore or some of our metals, some of this stuff in here to make crafting a little bit faster and easier. And then we can just come here instead of having, 14 crafting benches with stuff laid out on them and then not having enough tables. So I went ahead and I built that since I was here. I also kind of wanted to make sure we didn't get no overflow of radiation. So I built ourselves a little safety door here and got ourselves some vibrant glass, which also is illuminated. So as you can tell, there's no torches in here, but it's completely lit up. Oop, I guess there is a torch in here. Completely lit up by the glass. So I went ahead and I did that, which I thought was kind of cool. Then I had this brilliant idea. I was going to go to, as you can see, I was going to go to the Twilight Forest. And I was going in search of one thing and one thing only. And that was a questing ram. And I wound up finding 2 of them, but it was quite a while before I found those. And in the process, I found a naga, which I went ahead and I killed really quick. And then I thought, I want that naga wall. So I went ahead and I stole all that because I'm going to build it out of this red and the naga snake skin. You'll see it later. There was a couple of those skeleton zombie swamp skeleton guys. So I stole those so we'd have the pig spawners, because you can never have too many pig spawners. I grabbed a couple little of these things here. And then I also ran across a ice biome where I grabbed a couple penguins, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to do something with those. So, but I took all this with me in hopes that I would find some stuff, and I did. We're going to get into this guy a little bit later. But for right now, he's a questing ram. Okay? And what you do is you feed this guy wool. Okay? And when you feed him wool, he's going to get stripes on his side here. And if we feed him every color of wool, I think he drops like a diamond block, a iron block, or something like that. But I thought he'd be a cool addition to the farm. And since I found 2 of them, I brought both of them back so we'd have both of them. I just thought they were cool. So we have those now. So we're gonna dabble with those. Plus, I also found these, which are right there in the same vicinity of the questing ram. Because they're just they're like in the same little biome or something, I think it is. Let me just plant this right here. We'll give it a little, see if we can get some bone meal on this. Bam. And they're a nice little rainbow colored tree. So we'll end up playing around with those. We still got to go to the Twilight because I'd like to grab some more of the boars, the reindeer and stuff like that. I'd like to bring back some more of those animals for a little petting zoo maybe here on the farm. So then I was doing a little testing here. I cut a slab in half. And I planted a piece of dirt with a flower on it, and this was dirt, and I wanted to see if it would go ahead and transfer into grass, and it did. So we might try to utilize something like this for because I used to use like trap doors, but since we can cut slabs, I thought this one might be a nice little decorative idea to have, like maybe something like here or something. I don't know, but I just kind of put it there just cause. Okay. All right. So much more to do. Let's see. So next step is, let's see, I got that. Then down here, I went ahead and I got this all done. I got this put in, as you can tell, probably when we came down here to look at this. I'm going to tear all this down. This is just temporary. So, don't lose sleep over this ugly thing. This was just a temporary thing. So then as I was carving this out, there were some rubber trees here, and I thought, let's make a little rubber tree farm. So I did. So I could just kind of cut this over like this, and just put it in this little orchard here. This is our little rubber tree orchard. I just thought it was kind of a cool little idea. So I went ahead and I just kind of stuffed this in here. I kind of threw some bone meal down to make it kind of look overgrown a little bit. It's probably not something we're going to come down and harvest because we don't really need a lot of rubber, but I just thought it was kind of a cool little idea. I went ahead and I put a little wall around it and everything. And if you recall, there was a little like pond here that had a couple sugar cane. So I just said, let's go over here. We're going to put some sugar cane down. So I had all these lily pads left over from our fishing barrels in here. I had so many lily pads left. So I went ahead and I just used those lily pads, kind of framed this off, give us a nice little area that, made it look like we cut it in so that the water was kind of here, and this is our little farm here for our sugar cane. So I thought this was kind of a cool little idea. We're not going to be harvesting a lot of sugar cane, but I thought it was a good idea to have at least some sort of a little sugar cane farm and to actually utilize, so it looks like we're actually utilizing the water that's already existing. So I thought it was kind of a cool idea. So I went ahead and I did that. Now, the other thing that we did is when I was on another adventure looking for something else, I actually found some pearls. Okay. And here are the pearls. And you see there's nothing inside that pearl because he has spit it out. Okay, let me see if I can find one here really quick. So what we need to do is we need to gather a bunch of sand. I've got 10 pearls total. Okay. And this is a system that works really well. So basically what you do is you want to put your sand in here. As you can see, he doesn't have anything in his mouth right now. But when you put sand in here, it's going to drop that into there. And then it goes through the hopper and then feeds into him. And then when that's complete, it'll fall out and go into here, which will give us our pearls. Now, the thing of it is we can automate this a little bit more. I just kind of did this quickly so I'd remember how to do it and how to set it up. I think what we may do is we may try to set it at ground level so that the water level is at ground level, and then maybe have an underneath ground area. I kind of thought this would be a cool area, or over here would be kind of a cool area. Maybe we might build a building right here and, see if we can maybe go on an adventure and find some more pearls. And I just thought it would be kind of cool to come up with some kind of an oyster farm. Okay. So that's going to be in the works. So we're going to do probably a building or something over here, maybe bring our walkway back down around here or something, because we may want to do like a fishing dock or something over this way, fill this in with some dirt here, maybe make this a park area or something. Who knows? But we're going to come up with something. But I wanted to put this here so that we remember how to build it when it comes time to build it. Because like I said, I want to make sure that we get this set up and working so that we can get some of these, because we can use these for dyeing stuff. Oh, you can make some neoprene, it looks like, a fish sorter, and you can make a pink pearl block. So see, you can make all these different kind of blocks with it. There's all sorts of stuff you can do with these. A lamp, so you can make all these different lamps. You can make a book. You can do it with a neon lamp here. So there's all sorts of stuff you can do with those. So I thought it would be kind of cool to have. So get it set up, get us a little farm. I mean, it is a farm, so we're farming stuff. So we have a little oyster farm too. So, okay, now on to the next. So in the process, let me grab these because these are here. In the process of trying to come up with all these different ideas of things that we need to farm, how we're going to farm them, where we're going to farm them, and whatnot. As you can see, we moved our sheep. Our sheep used to be right here. I just kind of plunked him over here, and we had that extra rancher. So I went ahead and I put this rancher on there, put this energy block that I had on there, and he's been producing wool for us. So we're going to come up with a better system than this so we can get more wool. But for now, this is good. So what I did here is I just kind of landmarked a couple things. We had these extra logs so that I had knocked down these trees and everything. So I went ahead and I just kind of landmarked this out of what I want. So we're going to have an entrance here, obviously. We're going to come in. We're going to have some storage here all around on both sides. And then this will be our storage because we've got all our little crops put out here. So we got some barley growing. And the reason I grabbed these was because I wanted to plant these. These are for snowballs. So what we'll do is we'll grow some snow. That way we can have some ice and some snow and stuff like that. And then that way we can make like a little, maybe a cold storage area or something for stuff. I went ahead and I made some glowstones and blocks, chisel blocks. And then I slabbed them and then put them here so there wasn't a big one. And I slabbed these, put them there just for some caps. So we got ourselves some cotton. We got ourselves some potatoes, some carrots. We got some wheat. We got the snowballs, and we've got the barley. So these are just what I kind of added right now. I figured this was kind of a cool, simple little way. I tried to make this as wide as I could because I thought eventually, as time goes on, what we're going to do is probably make a ways that we can put a planter in here and a harvester. and on each one of these. So I wanted to make sure we had plenty of room to be able to do that. So that's why seems kind of wide and kind of open. I want to design this a little bit better in here and everything. And then I put some stairs just to kind of say, okay, this is where we can walk out of here and head off to someplace else. This is just temporary. So this is still, I still got to work on this. I got to put a roof on it. I got to finish it all off. I got to design it a little bit better. Like I said, I just kind of used that for markers right now, so I knew where everything was. And I wanted to get the crops growing and whatnot. So this is a start. So like I said, I would like to put some planters down here. That way it would be all automated. It would sort it into the room here. So it's going to take some time to get all that set up, and it's going to take some materials and whatnot. So I wanted to just kind of get this laid out for us right now. So I think that's a good start. I think we've got pretty much everything. I think that I was working off of camera. I'm trying to think. So what I need to do is I need to tear this down. So probably next episode we'll end up trying to get this tore down and get this repaired. We need to work on, I still want to work on some form of a slaughterhouse. Oh, I forgot one thing that I did save for last. And I did want to save it for a particular reason. Okay, so in the process of doing everything, and trying to figure out those bones to make the yellow heart canisters, I was trying to figure out how I needed to get a yellow heart canister. So what I did was I went up to a couple of the slime island. I went up to the slime island, which is up there, and I was trying to see if I could find a king slime, and I finally got a king slime to spawn, and I was able to capture him. Okay, I was able to capture him right here. And the reason I was able to capture him was because I thought I could put him in here, but this room is not big enough to spawn him. I already tried. But this is a king slime that's in here. And the reason I grabbed the king slime is because the bosses, the Minecraft bosses, like the Naga, for instance, the Lich, and things of that nature, those are what spawns, or those are what drops the yellow miniature hearts. And that's what we need, is these yellow miniature hearts. Okay, these are what we need to be able to finish off our health canister here on the bottom, so that we can get multiple hearts going here. Let me eat some food here, so that we can get these to fill back up, and then we'll have yellow heart canisters as well as the red heart canisters. So that's what we need to do. We need to kill king slimes to be able to, or any kind of mob, a big mob, to get these kind of canisters. And king slime seems like the easiest one to fight, so that's why I went ahead and I grabbed him. He was close, and we could get some hearts, but like I said, it won't allow me to spawn him in there, so I may have to come up with a different idea. I may have to put like an auto spawner like out here someplace, and try to see if we can auto spawn him out here somewhere, and then be able to kill him that way. As you can see, our gas tier is done. So, or our gas essence, this is what it looks like when it's done. It's just got a little red eyes on top of them. It makes that little sound when we pop them off. And I haven't been able to get it doubled up at all, so that's kind of a bummer. So probably what we'll end up doing is we'll get some more essence, and then we will get some more tiers, and maybe make a couple more of those so that we can get a couple more tiers. The only thing I really need the tiers for is possibly the spawners, the safari nets. But I think with that being said, guys, we got to end this episode. We are, a couple minutes over right now. I hope I remembered everything. Oh, I forgot the one last thing that I wanted to show you was this. I went ahead, and since I had the slimes, I was able to auto spawn a bunch of slimes. And let me just jump into F5 here. So I wanted to come over here, and I wanted to build this, and I did. Yay! I built ourselves a trampoline. Yay! Yay! What's up, guys? So I got ourselves a trampoline set up now. As you can see. Yeah, boy. Yeah. In case we get bored of doing the farming, in case we get tired of all this hard-ass work, we can just come over here and jump around on our trampoline. So I thought it was a fun idea. So I went ahead and I built that for us. I was going to make a little jump off of the deck there, but I thought, this is good enough. I can just bounce around whenever I'm feeling feeling I need to have a little bit of me time and just play around. Yeah, boy. We can just jump around on our trampoline. Yeah. All right, guys. If you guys enjoyed this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. That way you know when we're posting new YouTube content and when we're live streaming. If you haven't checked us out on Twitch or YouTube Gaming, come hang out, be part of the audience over there. And if you're new to them channels, smash that follow button. So until next time, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and we will see your faces later.